All right. So the market overall looks pretty good this morning. I mean, it looks fine. It doesn't look perfect. Doesn't look bad. It's up 0.2%, which is not bad at all. QQQ is up a bit more. Um, Lemonade actually looks pretty good. Good continuation. Prax had a weak close, but gapping up today are almost 4%. So this is, I mean, we'll kind of have to see. Um, KSS pretty good. Kind of is maybe building another range here. We'll have to see. It needs some time. We're still deep into profits. The only one that will stop us out this morning, or very high chance it does, is this one, slightly gapping up under our stop loss. Um, so worst case scenario, we manually sell at open, and then that's it. And it's not a big loss. Like it's not a lot under our stop loss. Um, it's what, like 2% under a stop loss. So yes, we risk 0.5% on that one. Polar risk will maybe be, I don't know, 0.6% instead of half. Um, I mean that happens, right? It's not. Unfortunately, it's part of the game. Not much we can do with that. PL good. I mean it bounced pretty well. This day of it's 50 SMA, but today it's gapping higher. Earnings are in 2 days. So unfortunately, it broke out already, but could be pretty good off earnings if it just gaps up. Growl actually looks not bad. It's building a good range here. BBAI too. Frog already went. This no. FSLR. There's, I mean, there's a couple things that are looking pretty good, but they need time, in my opinion. Like this needs time. Hasn't had much here around the end. Guess this is pretty good looking. Actually, yeah. Pretty good looking, I'd say. I mean, this as well, kind of a. I mean, it's the same sector as Wolf. So if one goes, both goes, in my opinion. Stronger one looks like it's Wolf. IR80R one is Cypher. We also have Iron, but it's weaker now. So it will be between these two if they go. The one that has the most volume, momentum, you know how it goes. And this looks pretty good as well. So today, BBAI, I mean, for what we watch, not what will enter, but BBAI, Growl, Wolf, Cypher, CTMX, maybe FSLR. It's kind of far, but yeah. And SNDK, no, I'm not interested in for today. But I mean, it could. I guess it could go from here. Just don't like the current range. It's pretty wide. If we look at our gap screener, what do we have? Oh, it's capping a lot. Is it a biotech? Probably. Yeah, biotech. There's a lot of biotechs that are gapping today. This biotech. Oh, looks like this one is not. Don't really like um, the range. I mean, sure, there's a small range. Just don't like the way it's trading. It's kind of weird. Is it off earnings? No, probably not. No. Okay, somebody bought some shares. PLG. Yeah, I guess it has a very small range here. Probably looks better on the hourly chart. I guess. But if we look at it this way, it kind of already broke out the this day, broke out on Friday. And yeah, that was a very, very small range. Too small. I guess the range could have been maybe this on the hourly chart. Yeah, I guess something like this broke out here. But it's too small regardless. It's a good sector though. It could totally keep going. I'm just not interested in to buying something kind of like this out of range as well. Kind of broke out already. Short consolidation. This is the same sector, so we'll focus on selling this one first. And then look at what we have for today. What about gold today? It's not doing much. Any other things you guys might be looking at before market open? Not really. Other than biotech, there's not much, I would say. Nice range here, Google. Just doesn't like the fact that it's yeah, first it's pretty short. Second, the market is pretty choppy. So usually I could do options on that. Right now, not sure if I'll play something like this. Ooh. Wow. Netflix really didn't like the Warner Bros. Acquisition. Looks like. Anyway, market opens in 30 minutes. I'll move this higher just in case. Here, let's say. So, be ready to sell NVA if your broker does not do it right away. How many shares do I have of that? Wow. It's moving fast this morning. Maybe some sort of news? I don't know. I hate when my broker does that. Oh my god. Oh, okay, it's not bad. I sold at a pretty good price. Don't really know how, but it's not bad. Yeah, I sold it much higher than 802. My broker sold it right away when market opened. But yeah, better luck next time. Prax pretty good. KSS. Ooh, maybe we sell KSS today. End of the day, we'll have to see. Cypher looks pretty good. Low volume. No, it's pretty high volume. Actually, look at this. It's just a major sell-off. Probably some sort of news that we're not aware of. What's the full name of the company? Nova Minerals. Maybe some sort of. I'll look it up. Is there be some news? Investors webinar? No. Mining conference. CEO to present. Doesn't look like there's some sort of news. Just I guess pretty. I guess just a normal move. I guess it's 12 something. It's a 16% ADR stock. It's down 8% this morning. So I guess yeah, it's more than just a normal move. Lemonade testing its previous trend line right now. Prax looks pretty good, but low volume. Yeah. KSS. I mean, there's not much, honestly. Might need some more time. Market looked pretty good last week. Looks like a lot of things are not actually following through like we thought they would be. So we might need more time again in the market. Kind of a, I guess it's pretty usual. Large caps are driving ETFs, and then what about IWM? I mean, it's not bad. It's almost at highs, actually. Is it? Did it take new highs? 250, 277. It went a cent under its previous all-time high. So actually, if it creates a new all-time high, it's a pretty good sign. But there's not a lot of follow-through in what we have. Things need to prove themselves. This actually might. I mean, there's no volume pretty much anywhere. Like if we look at just SPY. Oh. I mean, Friday volume actually had been pretty well, but before that, volume was pretty low. We'll have to see. We're kind of still in transition phase. I would not be mad at all if Prax just ended up taking above Friday's high would be pretty good. KSS, I'll move her stop loss here, actually. Very good spot to do so. We actually could have done that on Friday. 2204. So now stop loss is in profits. I'll move that right now. Yeah, it's actually pretty good profits, I would say. 2204. Yeah. Can totally stop us out in like a couple of seconds, next couple of seconds. But we're in profits. Winning trade regardless. Yeah. The rest is kind of turning around, looks like. I mean, not turning around, just not going today, I guess. Except this. I mean, was it earnings? No. No, it wasn't earnings. It was news, I think. Yeah, FD approval. I remember that. Lemonade actually can stop us out as well. Maybe the market is not ready yet. Right, so out of KSS right here. Perfect. Envy actually not that bad right now. If you guys haven't sold yet, it's a lot better than what it was a couple minutes ago. So only current position right now is Lemonade and Prax. These two positions. Prax looking pretty good. Lemonade back into its range. So actually, it might stop us out. Would not be mad if it does. I mean, just right. It just did. Perfect. So only one position right now, which is Prax. That's only thing we have as of right now. But yeah, like I was saying, maybe market is not ready yet. We took our chances last week when it actually did look pretty good on NVA. I mean, right here. Pretty much a perfect breakout. Just didn't have the follow through that we were looking for. Lemonade actually another good breakout. Another replay. Here looked pretty good, and then today no follow through, just completely reversed. What about KSS? I mean, KSS is kind of different, right? We had the follow through to stop us out in profits. We made some profits. On that one was a winning trade. So now the only thing we have is Prax right here. Low volume this morning though. What about intraday? Yeah, pretty low volume. I mean, it can just reverse, especially after such a big move. 30% plus move on Friday, so last trading day. I'm not, I'm not looking for much today, right? Can totally just basically not move at all, and that would be pretty normal, considered a pretty normal move. What about the rest of the watch list? I mean, it actually might bounce on its 10 SMA, or maybe not, I guess. STX, if you guys took that when I talked about it on Friday, looks pretty good today. Frog as well. Then Google. Google actually looks pretty good. Honestly, yeah, that looks pretty good, I would say. I mean, look at this. Let's remove this one. That looks, yeah, pretty nice. I'll put an alert here just in case. But like we saw with the market that we currently have, things are not actually following through. Um, not as much as we were looking for, basically. So high chance we just don't trade it, but maybe we do. We'll have to see. I'll put it higher. It's kind of the only thing that's interesting today anymore. Um, this and I guess maybe Wolf and Cipher. Snow. This is actually building a good range as well. Just, I mean, it could go technically. Let's put an alert here in case. What is 409? Let's put an alert at 409 just in case. Wants to go later today. This, no, no. Yeah, so I guess high chance we don't trade today. Very high chance. Google's actually looking fantastic right now. Any other things you guys might be looking at this morning that I'm not talking about that's not in the watch list or whatever? Because honestly, there's not a lot to do this morning. Prax looks pretty good, up 10.5%, above ADR already. The volume, yeah, was pretty low, yeah. I could be surprised this could totally keep going, or it could also make a move like this, sideways move for what was it, like 2 months, a month and a half? Yeah, like a month and a half. We could be surprised, but we'll have to see. Google, I don't know if it unless it reverses. Um, I doubt it goes today. Still has some time before we see either a breakout or a breakdown. I guess Cipher. What's the high? 2012, 2008, 2008. So I guess above 2012 could be good alert. Good spot to put an alert. Just in case we don't want to miss it. And then Wolf. Well, I guess Wolf. High of the day, I guess. Again, these are not for entry. These are just for me looking at them if they are worth it. What's with the volume on Cipher? Is it high? No, I'd say it's pretty average. All right, but so I guess it will be pretty much it for today. We don't have much, even if things reverse and goes. Well, as we saw, there's not a lot of continuation in the market. What about Cipher? I mean, the volume is low. It's kind of what's tricky here. Looks like it might wants to go right now though. What would the size be on this? I guess that would be pretty good size, but at the same time, do we want to trade this? Do we don't want to? It's kind of aligning with crypto too. So maybe Wolf and Cipher, I guess, but you guys have to keep in mind that they can completely reverse. So keep that in mind if we do enter, or if even if I do enter, it's because I don't mind losing, quarter percent on these positions or whatever it is. And like if these two go, the average on these, I guess this one has pretty much double the volume and higher ADR, so it might be better, at least for now. Look pretty similar, I would say. Cypher, maybe. Yeah, so even if I end up taking them, it's because I don't mind the stop. If you guys are scared as hell to lose money, because we had with like two stops today plus one in profits, so three total stops, three positions that we get out of today. If you guys are, I don't know, scared to lose more money or whatever it is, it's completely fine to just not enter these positions. I enter them because the risk to reward is completely worth it. Quarter percent risk on your account when we had a good run recently, it's not bad. Currently, from previous highs, I think I'm down around. One sec, I'll calculate that. Um, it's not bad actually. This under 10%, like 9.8% right now. So that can look big, but honestly, it's not. Like an average drawdown would be around 15 to 20%. I guess not an average drawdown, but if we look at the strategy, key backtesting, it's a part of the strategy. It's completely normal. So I guess it's right here. Drawdowns. From starting, average maximum draw 21%, and worst is 37%. So average maximum drawdown is 21%. Right now we're at, well, I'm at 10. So I guess it's average. It's like half of that. And look at the backtesting. Right? So of course there's a lot of drawdowns in today. If you don't have any drawdowns, unfortunately, well, either you didn't have experience yet, or I don't know what you're doing, but put a lot more money into it. If you don't have any drawdowns, put a lot more money into it and just go all in, because it is pretty impressive. But yeah, these are the assumptions and the backtesting results. So this is our win rate, right? It looks pretty small, but look at the backtesting. It's because of the risk reward ratio on average. It's 3.5 to 1, and that's with 1% account value as well. Right now, we are more conservative because of market conditions. So that's why our account pretty much doesn't move much, because we don't risk much. So we're not losing much. We're not winning much either. It's just because of market conditions, right? It's basically for exposure. We are low risk at the moment because, I mean, you guys, I guess you guys could say if something goes well, you won't make a lot of money out of it. And that's pretty true, right? If we risk, for example, a quarter percent instead of 1%, we make 4 times less money for the same move, basically, because our position is 4 times smaller because of our risk, right? Hope that makes sense, because that's kind of the easiest part of it. But why do we keep doing that instead of just not trading? It's because, let's say the market right now looks, I mean, it looks fine, right? It's not perfect, but things are not following through. Let's say last week, Friday, we had four positions, four low risk position. If all four of these just kept going and starting to pick up, and huge follow through on all four of them, yes, we do have low risk, but let's say instead of pulling back, this one, for example, instead of pulling back because it's the best looking one, it just did something like this. A move like this, right? It's the kind of move that we usually catch when there's good market conditions, right? So let's say did this, wolf just crossed, by the way. What about this? Do I want to take this right now? I mean, right now it's not breaking out. It might. Oh, and it's actually not even the good day. So let me get back to you. Yeah, so actually it might be breaking out. And what about Cypher? What's with the volume? 10% already? Actually, it's picking up, I would say. Especially on Wolf. I guess it's pretty low overall. But on Cypher, it's 10%. Currently 10%. Why is this here? What the fuck? Oh, because of this high. Okay. Well, I guess I can take a bit of Cypher. Cypher Wolf. Again, these can totally stop us out, guys. Like I said, I'm taking them for the exposure and not both of them. I'm making a choice right now. I guess I'd go with Cypher because of the higher volume. Although Wolf is picking up at the moment. Hmm. Do I take this or not? Let's put the size. I'll calculate size on both and just see, actually. Because volume is actually pretty similar. Cypher is almost double the volume, but Wolf is picking up better. Let's see. So the size would be much better on Cypher. Almost double the size. So yeah, I guess I'll take a bit of Cypher. A 1/4% risk. You guys can even take like 0.1% risk at this point. Yeah, I just took a quarter of it. But stop loss at the low of the day, which is 1940, 1955. No, it's Wolf, so 1940, yeah? Okay, 1940 on Cypher. I'll keep explaining what I was talking about with the exposure in a couple of seconds. Well, actually, my risk is lower than. Oh, I got a good feel on that one. Sending out the alert right now. All right. So, by the way, I was talking about exposure, right? So let's say all four of our positions end up following through instead of just, for example, like this, instead of just reversing and stopping us out. Well, of course, we have lower exposure, lower risk into each of these positions, so we don't make a lot of money out of it. Well, we do make some good money, but not much compared to if we risk a full percent of it, right? But the fact that these are following through, things are starting to pick up, we actually see it. So instead of just being out of the market and not being in these positions, we still make more money out of it, right? It's not much because it's less than what we usually risk, but it's still more than if you just don't trade. And actually, it's even better because you gain a lot of experience doing it, right? If you guys did just stop looking at the market or just don't trade at all, and you see this right here randomly, and you're like, all right, well, either I don't trade it because of overall market conditions, and if it end up going well, you'd be pissed, and if it just reverses, you'd be proud because you skipped it. But actually, this is a wonderful setup. Pretty much 5 out of 5. Let's say 4.5 out of 5 setup. And no reason you guys should, sit out of a setup like this. It is a pretty much perfect setup, even in bad market conditions. Of course, if you don't trade at all and you have very strict rules and you don't actually trade like we do, which is very normal and very possible, um, that's completely up to you. That's your choice. That if that fits your trading strategy, fine. But I'm especially talking with the guys that we are currently trading in or trading with. This is our strategy, like pretty much a perfect setup. And actually, on the YouTube channel, which this replay will be available in or on, it basically is all about this strategy. So this is a perfect setup. You should take this, whether the market conditions is good, bad. If the market conditions are good, you risk more. If they are bad, you risk less. That's pretty much the only distinctive here. Um, but yeah, if you take trades when the market is not so good, again, very low risk, very low exposure in the market, you stay conservative. Well, first you gain experience, and you're actually seeing it right away when the market is starting to pick up because you have positions that are following through. So when your positions start to follow through, and not just a small follow through like we saw with KSS, right? KSS had this small follow through for a couple of days and then pull back. Yes, it did follow through. Sorry, guys. So yes, of course it did follow through. We did make some profits out of it, but it's not a follow through like we saw recently when we traded, our GTI right here. This, we actually were in similar market conditions when we did take this, right? So you see, good setup, use the replay so it's easier. So again, good setup. For like these higher lows are actually insane, but this is a very, very good setup. I think I entered at like the end of the day here when confirmed, like right here, very late in the day. So I did risk not a lot of money because, well, it's a very late breakout, not a lot of volume, risky market conditions, but it technically broke out of a very good range. Actually, and the size was pretty good. Next day, first thing you know, good follow through, high volume. This actually was I guess the real breakout. This was kind of just a first small breakout. This was, clearly a breakout. But then we're still in risky market conditions and choppier market conditions. So you kind of have to be conservative. Then that's kind of, average move and then very good continuation. This is the type of continuations you can actually see. There's only a week or so between here and there. Actually, there's only a week. So a full week between this day and this day. So this day when actually the first real breakout, and then this day when we're all right, there's a lot of continuation. It's starting to get parabolic. So in just a week, you actually are in a position you make a decent ton of money. Actually, I think it was like, our answer was right here. Yeah, 70%. So even if you risk a quarter% of your account, 70% of whatever size you get with quarter% of your account is still decent money. Rather, and while doing that, obviously, I still had a couple of other positions. Like I was just, Friday last week, I had 4 positions. Probably was similar in that moment. And actually, all of them started to pick up at the same time because when the market is actually starting to pick up, gaining momentum, and momentum stocks are gaining strength, while they are all, I mean, the leaders in these momentum sectors that are gaining strength are actually picking up pretty much all at the same time. So did the exact same thing, build another range here, but now he had to prove itself. So next thing you know, right now it's kind of a weird market. We actually entered because it's a good setup, low risk because of the market conditions, and it broke out late in the day. Not a lot of volume on the first breakout day. Actually, they'll pick up the following day. So now it proved itself. It did peak over 100% move. It's beginning a small range again, and it breaks out again. So now on this day, we actually enter again the position, even though we are still in it, in the position, and we risk more. This time we risk I think it was 0.5% of our account in that one. And what do you know? It just keeps going up. All right, and now it's reversed. But second move, more risk, which mean more total size, which mean more money. Overall move was above like 200%, I think. 240% overall move at its peak. Obviously, took some risk, took some profits, you know, during the move. And from entry to stop, I guess stop was here. From entry to stop was 170% move. Highest profits would probably be that day, like at like 225% or so. So this is what happens, right? You take some small exposure in the market. Actually, there's a follow through. Stocks is proving themselves. This is when you see and you kind of I guess yeah, this is when you see which stocks are holding up the best, which stocks are the strongest, which sectors are leading, and which individual stocks are leader within these leading sectors. It's kind of a lot of leading things, but it's very important that you guys identify the best stocks in the best sectors, which lead to move like that. And right now, of course, right this first portion of it, still 70%, which is pretty good. But this portion we had much total around the core 3/4% risk. So that was a quarter, that was half, so around 3/4% risk. And overall, that move I think it made like 15% of my account in was it like a month, 5 weeks, let's say. So it made me like 15% of my account in 5 weeks. Um, on not not much risk at all, like 0.75 either. Yeah, so either it made me between 10 and 15%. To be honest, I don't exactly calculate that. And I also had other positions, but I had a couple other positions, which basically everything that I was into followed through. Okay, followed through at the exact same time. Obviously, a couple of them just stopped out again. Um, but it's kind of, again, it's the part of the game. If you don't have exposure in the market, you just miss this sort of move and you just enter the second part of the move, which you result in less gains overall. This kind of depends on your risk tolerance as well. But personally, I found that it helps me identify market conditions easier, and it actually smoothen out my equity curve. Don't know if that makes sense, but it does. This actually is pretty good this morning. 8% or so. Still making higher highs though. It's kind of weird. But yeah, I guess that would be pretty much it for today. Pretty much all I wanted to talk about. Cypher actually might reverse on us. I mean, if it does, like I said earlier, I don't mind it because I was prepared for it. This is why I risk less. But I don't mind. Prax, I mean, it's not bad looking. It took over highs. Looks like, yeah, it took over highs today. Good sign. Let's put the volume. Still pretty low. But yeah, so I guess that will be it for today. I will be active in the Discord. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate. Let me know. And same thing for YouTube as well, actually. If you guys looked for, I mean, this entire replay and you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy. I mean, I look at all the comments, so I'm happy to answer all of them. So that will be it for today. And I'll see you guys in the Discord and or in YouTube. I'll probably see you guys tomorrow.